Hey y'all, I'm Liz,
And I'm Colleen.
and this is Mystic Midlife. And we are transitioning a little bit out of the nostalgia side of things and still focusing on the idea of relationships and a little bit of what we talked about last time on the pod, but kind of transitioning it a little bit more in a way of less about like the fast food dating and more so like the core essence of relationships and kind of really the importance of what relationships are meant to mean because we've really kind of just lost the plot.
Yeah, because we kind of just talked about the whole dating app situation and, like you just said, fast food dating, and that's not all there is. Once you get past that point where you've actually met somebody, where does it go from there? And we were also having a little bit of a discussion about seeing that we've been the problem
Oh yeah.
a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And learning to emotionally mature. I'm not embarrassed to say that it took me till my 50s to really understand this stuff and understand myself quite a bit. So.
I mean, yeah. And even like this last year, I've learned a lot more about myself and even in relationships and like looking back at how things have been and where we've really lost a lot. I think that so many of us get caught up because we do have that childhood programming based upon the relationships that we saw with our parents or the people around us, but also that dynamic of when you really break down relationships and who you gravitate towards in partnership in that karmic sphere of you're trying to work out the relationship dynamic you had with the parent that you weren't getting enough love from. Like
yeah, sometimes it is based on parents. I mean, my parents are still married and have done, I think, pretty darn well considering the small amount of time that they actually knew each other when they got married. But I would say from movies,
yeah.
television, I think that was really 99.9% of my problem was the cultural side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, my generation grew up watching movies like Pretty in Pink. Shouldn't have gone with him. She should have gone with Ducky.
Yeah.
And, looking back on that now, you're like, yeah, damn right. Like, why were these stories set up to kind of pick the more toxic relationship, the more stressful relationship, the one that created more passion, the one that created more drama? And we don't need that shit.
No. And it goes back to that
passion's good.
Yeah, passion is good, but it goes to that like dopamine addiction of that conflict. And I think that so many of us, because we have been so conditioned to those karmic relationships and not truly looked at them of like, there's a lesson here. There's a lesson for soul growth within this because that's really what all this shit is about anyway. But we get so hyper focused on like the push and pull dynamic because it does give you that dopamine spike.
Yeah.
And it does give you that excitement and everything like that. But so many people have confused, and I have been caught up in this before. And I've really been working on this for the last handful of years, and especially in the last couple of years of like, I don't want the dopamine addiction. I don't want that spike. I don't want my cortisol spiked. I don't want to get that hard dopamine hit and then have it pulled away from me. And yes, it creates that feeling. That's not love.
No.
That's fucking chaos.
And we've talked about before too, like we were talking about earlier, the whole thing of looking at these as gifts, looking at these as lessons. But then how many damn times do we have to learn the same lesson?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's not just a lesson that we're learning, it's creating a habit.
Yes. It goes
and so that feeling does come back. Like you're saying, it's all dopamine based.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I really love this guy.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you're addicted to the chemical reaction that you're having within your body, but it is not healthy for you.
Yeah.
And there's so much of us, like so much of what we go to look for and we find is that like, we're like, oh, he doesn't give me butterflies. Bitch, he's not fucking supposed to. Like, you don't want that. That is your body having a visceral reaction of like, wait. This is not good for your central nervous system. And do you want to feel like I
want to feel attraction.
I want to
Okay,
feel
and I want to feel strong
attraction.
attraction or fascination with somebody's personality, that kind of
Totally.
thing. That's great.
Totally. But I want to feel calm when I'm with someone.
Mhm.
I want peace.
Yep.
I want to know that I can have a conversation with this person. I want to be
That's the
married.
biggest thing I need as I age is the peace.
The peace.
Mhm.
I want to be married to my best friend that I also get to fuck for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, or well, as long as like we're still healthy enough to do so. But like, you want that.
Yeah.
And like, you want someone that, yes, you can work through conflict together and like the person doesn't shut down. They're willing to have conversation. And
There's not those avoidant type personalities where they shut down, they stop talking, they go somewhere else. You're not sure if you've done something wrong, those kinds of things.
Yeah, yeah. Or someone who just cannot address their own emotions. Like if you can't tell me about where you've gone wrong in your past relationships, because I'm happy to talk about all the things that I've done wrong. If someone can't tell me that, that's a red flag.
Oh, and girls too. I'm sure many of you are aware of this. Biggest red flag there is when a man starts talking about all of his crazy exes.
Yeah. Because the question is, what did you do to make her crazy?
What's the common denominator here? You're the common denominator here, and you're obviously getting into situations where once you want to remove yourself from that situation, you can just put it off onto that other person. Well, they were crazy, or and then I really got to wonder about somebody that comes back and talks to you personally when you're dating them and tells you about how crazy all their exes were.
Yeah. But
that's a red flag. I much rather would see, like, for instance, the situation I'm in right now, somebody that has a good relationship with their ex, a healthy, normal relationship with, for instance, the mother of their children.
Yeah.
So yeah, that really freaks me out when some guy just starts saying, "Oh yeah, well I've been, like my last 3 exes were just insane."
Well, and then it's like, okay, but what made them insane? Like what behaviors
or were they actually?
Yeah, because
were they just putting up boundaries and behaving appropriately, and you didn't like that?
Or were they questioning you because you were doing questionable behavior?
Yeah.
That was then making them feel wildly unsafe, and they felt as if they could no longer trust you. So that's why they were like, dude, the fuck? And so, because it's pattern recognition at a certain point of terrible behavior. So that, like, that whole thing that's where, like, that karmic bond and that friction and that chaos and that toxicity is what we're so conditioned for, whether it's, again, us trying to relive a relationship that we had with our parent that we weren't getting enough love from. And so therefore we're trying to fix that with a romantic partner, because from a psychological standpoint, that absolutely fucking happens.
Oh yeah.
And if you take the time to go talk to a therapist, they'll tell you.
Yeah. So
there's that. Or is it, we've been so conditioned by society and we just,
the codependency issues too
also
are the biggest part. Yeah.
Also that. And instead of really sitting back and looking at it and being like, okay, what is the lesson here that we're meant to glean from this? Like, is this, again, for the sake of soul evolution and working through karmic relationships? Because, like, I can't remember if we've talked about this as far as, like, I believe in past lives.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, you do as well. Yeah. I don't know why I just brain farted on that, because I feel like we've talked about that
I think we have talked about it before,
but, like, you might have a soul contract with somebody that you're like, we've had these things happen in past lives, like, let's work through this in this one and then finally clear the karma. I 1000%, my ex that I, like, was with in my 20s, we absolutely had multiple past lives together because I had a past life reading, and we finally in this life parted ways, had a healthy
resolution.
Had a healthy resolution and conversation multiple years later, where we both, like, I felt like, okay,
yeah,
we're done. We don't need to do this shit again.
Yeah.
Like, we finally, like, our karmic debts to each other are done.
Yeah.
And we don't need to relive this.
Well, being very careful in another perspective, though. Always, we're not ever saying, if you're in an abusive relationship, that you somehow called that in.
No, because there's free will.
I really do, especially as we were talking about that higher trait narcissism that we're seeing in society nowadays. There are people that look out for a certain type.
Absolutely.
They look out for those of us in my generation and your generation who tend to have more codependency issues, to be caretakers,
people
pleasers. And so many of us suffer from this, like we said earlier, because of a lot of the cultural stuff that was going on. I think by definition, you've got at least a couple generations here that have taken on those traits, have a hard time with boundaries. I know I did for many, many years.
Same. Still working on mine.
Thought that drama and that dopamine rush was what really meant that the relationship was significant and we had to hang on to it. But no, just want to make sure everybody is aware. If there's something that's actually, especially physically, sexually, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive,
GTFO.
That's not necessarily working out things from past lives. That's just something that you've stumbled into where you're with an evil person that is doing bad things.
Yeah, I think that's more nefarious.
And you are seeing that more often now. I've encountered it. I know you've probably encountered it as well.
Yeah.
Just got to be real careful where you draw the lines. I do know that I have had multiple relationships that were meant, and I felt like I knew those people from before. That were meant to fix something that perhaps I had trait-wise, not just in this life, but to bring it to my attention.
And we love that.
To take personal responsibility for stuff.
We love that. We love personal responsibility. I've absolutely, because I mean, again, who's the common denominator in our previous relationship?
Exactly.
It goes both ways.
I've had issues. I wonder why.
Yeah, and it's like, but it's also like,
maybe I was the crazy one sometimes.
Oh, I definitely have done some wow.
Oh, so have I. So have I. I look back and I'm like, oh God, that's embarrassing.
Yes. Yeah.
Cringe. Totally cringe. Yes.
But also
not mentally stable at times.
No, but but how else are we going to grow? Until we've had those
and was there a dynamic between two people there that was causing that?
Also,
I'm not trying to put the blame on somebody else for reacting that way, but what I'm saying is oftentimes there are dynamics where you will push each other
to get to that point,
to get to those points. Yes,
absolutely. And it's like, and it's that whole thing of like I was saying earlier, like there are times where I've been like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like I need to be done with this, and then like because of the old me that is so used to that comfort and so used to that dynamic pulls me back in, and it's like, no, sister, like your initial reaction of being like, I'm done with this is not healthy for me, this is not where I want to be going,
it'll overrule it.
Yes. And so it's like finally getting to that point of where I really want to be focused on
well, and once you actually make that decision to move on finally and cut off all contact,
it's done.
But it feels so good.
You're dead to me.
Yes.
Like
even if you run into the person, you're just like, I don't really even recognize you.
Yeah.
Don't have any feelings regarding running into you in person.
Yeah. Which we love that.
Oh, it feels so good.
That's a freeing feeling.
Yeah. It's actually happened a couple times for me.
We love that.
With different people.
Yeah.
So, and then you're like, oh, okay, really? Oh, sorry. You guys have told me I need to stop touching my mic or hiding it under my hair. I'm trying, okay?
We're working on it.
So sorry if I just killed everybody's ears, because we don't really edit here. We just throw the dice.
Yeah, there's a zero edit policy.
Yes.
Other than like maybe the last couple of minutes of turning off the thing, but we're not.
Or like when I'm bending over to turn it off, and all of a sudden the rolls kind of get in the way, or something like that. Or you like, I don't know, a booger, a burp. I don't know. But so far,
zero editing.
We're keeping it legit. Okay, sorry. I'm off on a
fine. A little
squirrel.
Also, a little comic relief of the serious conversation.
Oh, yeah, because we both know, because we've been around each other now over 6 years.
Has it been that long? Yeah, because I've almost had the business for 5, and that was another year.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So we've been through some of our most fun ones.
We've been through some shit.
Through that time. So
it really though, the whole the whole thing, as far as like where I'm at in my mind with relationships now,
Mm-hmm.
is getting so crystal clear on how I want to feel in relationship, how I want to show up in relationship,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm looking for in partnership. Because that's the other thing too. Like, I want partnership. And I think so many people don't think about it being partnership. They're just like, oh, love. Oh, this feels good.
Yep.
Oh, whatever. And it's like, it's so much more than that if you want longevity.
It's a lot of effort that has to go into
It's
it.
a lot of effort.
On both people's parts.
Yes. And the other thing too is the other person is not supposed to make you happy.
No.
You need to make yourself happy. Now,
I don't want to sound like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air there, because he just said the same thing.
when?
Like, gosh, it was a few weeks ago. He was talking about how he realized that in his marriage, but they have like the worst dramatic marriage.
Chaos.
Total chaos. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, we don't want to sound all of a sudden, you guys, this is crazy. All I can think of is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I can't remember his
Will Smith.
Will Smith, thank you. I'm showing my age.
Hello.
I know, but I'm just saying,
like, not right this moment, I'm not going to, but I think all of us that are like Gen X and also millennial could recite the entire opening.
well, yeah,
song.
of course we could, but
Yeah.
we won't subject you guys to that. The thing is about that statement, though, that makes me uncomfortable about not having responsibility to make somebody else happy. Yes, that is 100% true.
But how you show up is your responsibility.
But how you show up is your responsibility.
Yes.
And so if you're not supportive,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't find out from them,
Yeah.
get them to talk about stuff,
Mhm.
communicate about what they need,
Mhm.
that is dangerous.
Yes. So yeah, you're not responsible.
You can't make them happy, but you can definitely add facets that do help with them maintaining their happiness.
1000%.
Yeah.
So it's a co-creation versus it being a codependency.
Yeah.
And that's where I think so many people have gone awry of like, oh, this person doesn't make me happy anymore. They're not supposed to.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to. But do you, like, I think about the whole idea with like best friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
and they change over the years too. We'll probably go into that at some point, the female friendships.
Absolutely. But with your best friendships, even if there's change or there's adaptation or there's life cycles and there's things like that, you still choose that best friend because that is who you've chosen in this life. And there's enough there for you to be like, this human is someone I always want. Yeah. And I've had the biggest fucking fights with my best friends, and it actually has helped us go deeper into our friendships. Mm-hmm. And that's what you ideally would want in a relationship. Like, I mean, not like crazy fight, where it's dangerous or anything, like we were saying, like violent or anything like that. But having those discussions or difficulties or things like that where you've had to work together, the whole point is for that to help you go deeper within that relationship. And if it's not, then there's something amiss.
Yes, but always having to be careful, though, because like we were saying earlier, our generation tends to be people pleasers and have codependency issues. There's a line where you're helping out and supporting your significant other that crosses over into you telling yourself, no, if I just show this person some more love, if I just show them some more support, surely their problems will fix themselves. Surely they'll know they're loved and unconditionally loved and supported. Mm-hmm. And that always turns out bad.
Yeah.
That always turns out bad. People need to have some type of emotional autonomy.
Yes.
And I've met people that have been abused in the past, be it as children or in relationships, that act out on the other partner and are not good people the way that they act. And then I've seen plenty, actually more people that have been abused. And because of that, they're very conscious of how they treat others. And they act with a lot of emotionality, especially if they've sought help via therapy. Mm-hmm. And would never do something bad to somebody else because they don't want people to feel the way that they felt at that time.
Yes.
And so we've got to be really careful. I just did it again, you guys. I just hit stupid. I was getting passionate about this. We got to be really, really careful that we don't feel like we can fix.
Yeah. Oh God.
Other people's issues. We can be supportive, but everybody's got to have boundaries. It all comes back down to boundaries on everything.
Yeah. Boundaries and understanding and being able to see someone for who they are, and rather than projecting a fantasy onto them or who you think that they could be.
We don't have that power.
I think that is probably my biggest problem and has always been my biggest problem in relationship, as far as like seeing who someone could be. And it's great when that person is wanting to be that person. It's great when people are also wanting to grow and evolve and things like that. And I want a partner who can see the best in me and wants to help me be who I truly am meant to be, and like fan that fire. But I'm already on that trajectory. Like I'm already trying to do that. And there are so many people where it's like, oh, you think that this person has grown and evolved or whatever over time. And they haven't. They're still the same person that they were however many years ago.
Oh yeah, we're all going to have problems with, even when we've changed things, reverting back to old behaviors.
Yeah, and it's really making the conscious effort to be like, no. Like my desire to have this change and not continue on the same path has to be so much stronger than my like rut in behaviors that I've had previous that are so.
It's gonna, and when it comes down to it, it's your attachment style.
Yes, that's been a thing that I've had to work on. Yeah,
big time. Because I think a lot of us of this particular age group have that anxious attachment.
Yeah, or disorganized.
Yeah, anxious or disorganized, and a lot of guys in our age group are avoidant
or disorganized also.
Or disorganized, yes. So, and of course, that doesn't mean that they're not going to match up with somebody as an avoidant. There's just going to have to be a lot of interplay there on understanding each other's styles with things.
Yeah. And being willing to grow.
Yeah. And are we running out of those folks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of what we were talking about in that last one.
Yeah.
That ease of access to multiple partners at all times. That kind of thing. So,
and that constant need for novelty and excitement because of not really understanding what it truly means to be in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Because again, we're so conditioned of like, oh, I want to feel
what did we grow up with?
Yeah.
Too. What did we see? Yeah.
What do we see in the movies and with our parents, with all of it?
Yeah. And sometimes I don't necessarily think it's 100% your parents' fault too. Like I feel like I was more influenced by movies and TV shows and books. I was a huge reader when I was going through that time period, that adolescence through teenage years.
Yeah.
And oftentimes that got mixed in with romances. Oh gosh. And I know so many of people will have read these Sweet Valley High books.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, so I read all of those when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And the constant drama.
Oh yeah.
You had your good examples, but I really don't remember all of the. I remember it was Elizabeth and Jessica. That's about it. Okay. But what I'm saying is that it did really generate these like storylines where there had to be constant excitement. There had to be constant connection and drama and and things going on.
Well, even 90210 and
oh yeah,
and what Friends and all the shows that Dawson's Creek and
that's getting more
Buffy.
To your generation.
Yeah. So like, but all of the different things that
we could go into so many things on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We'll save that for another. Yeah, but still
all the chaos and and like her dynamic with Angel, like good Lord.
Yeah, we all like the bad guys.
Yeah.
So
it was ingrained in us.
Yes. And you can find a good guy that still has that bad guy edge to him from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But I've really had to come to terms with, like, in the past couple of years, just really focusing on your own autonomy and then letting it go from there.
Yeah.
Focusing on yourself.
Yeah.
And when there are issues of back and forth, where somebody doesn't know what decision they want to make or is causing a problem, immediately go into self-focus and do not pay attention to it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and what's,
If it's going to be successful, it's going to be successful.
period. There's nothing you can do.
I'm not even going to go into the meant to be, because none of this stuff I really feel is meant to be. This is like just this constant journey with different experiences.
Yeah. Of growth and evolvement.
But yeah,
and everything.
if it's going to happen, it will happen.
Yeah. And I do think, like, I don't know, like, I'm deep down, I'm a lover girl, but I also have dabbled in the chaos. And because I do also enjoy fun, and I do also enjoy, you know, having the novelty of partnership. And sometimes, yeah, I have been caught up in the toxicity, and because it was fun for the moment.
Yeah, totally. Or you don't realize it's toxicity at the time.
And yeah, until
You just
later on.
You just feel those tinglies. I did it again. You just feel those tinglies inside that like you have to have this person.
Yeah.
And they're, you know,
yeah,
it's that dopamine rush.
it is.
And sometimes that's used against you, especially. And I swore on that last one where we talked about narcissism that I wasn't going to broad stroke brush a whole bunch of people with narcissistic personality disorder, because that is an actual diagnosed issue that we can't just be throwing out on the street.
No.
But especially with high trait narcissism culturally right now, we really got to be careful with losing ourselves in those situations and trying to fix things that we can't fix.
Yeah. And
we've got to focus on ourselves when those things start popping up, and immediately self-focus.
Also recognize when someone shows you who they are the first time, know that that is just who they are, period. No matter what they say or what they hide from you or what they don't fully share.
I had one guy that I dated that was a severe problem that straight up told me in the first couple of weeks we were going out, I'm not a good person.
And you ignored it.
And I said, oh, yes, you are. Yeah. You're a wonderful person. It's just you've had some bad things. And no, I'm just really not a good person. Believe people when they tell you something.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you can see past, like, it could very well be that inside of him was a really good man, but he was so caught up in all of the other shit that he wasn't. Maybe not. Maybe he's just a trash ass
I'm going to plead the fifth right now. And I'm not going to go into that one, but I just, after that one, I learned this big lesson of, like, when somebody like outwardly goes out of their way in the beginning of a relationship to say that to people,
you got to trust it.
Trust it.
Yeah.
Trust it. We don't want to. We want to be that ultimate loved female that has fixed everything for somebody.
Yeah.
And it's so not possible.
No,
it's so not possible.
No, it's not. It's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like, as far as me in dating, like, and you see all these things on Instagram and stuff, like, oh, like, to get a guy or whatever. I'm so fucking sick of all of that. But they're like, oh, men love bitches. And I'm just like, if I'm being a bitch to you, that means I will fucking bulldoze you, and I have zero respect for you. And I'm not ever going to be interested. If I am kind, sweet, and engaging with a man, if you get the sweet side of me, yes, I'm interested. If you get the kind and engaging side of me, we're homies, we're friends. I like being around you, but I'm not actually interested in you.
So basically what you're saying, those guys have the same problem that we do. Maybe they do like the bad girl and we like the bad boy, and everybody's trying to figure that out.
Yeah. So
there's definitely a disconnect. Like you said, we've lost the plot.
We've lost the plot.
Especially when it comes to long-term relationships.
Yeah.
Because those tend to burn with a really hot fire and sputter out really just as fast. So we'd love to hear some of your guys' stories on that for sure as well. But like I said, leave some in the comments. We want to hear about it.
Tell us your thoughts.
Tell us your thoughts on this, because this is stream of consciousness, us not having in any way rehearsed this. We're just like, hey, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And we start talking. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that that's where there's just a lot of disconnect. And because we've not really looked at the core of what it means to have, not that everyone, I know a lot of people that are in very healthy relationships and because they've been through all the other ones and finally realize like, nah, this is not it.
I do see it a lot.
And I love that. I love that. I love seeing that. That is what gives me hope of like, okay, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. But it really comes down to two people finally getting sick of their own bullshit and taking the time to look at, okay, what would it mean for me to be in a healthy relationship? What does that look like?
What behaviors should I not participate in?
Yes. What behaviors
moving forward?
Yeah. What should I not participate in? What should I be looking for in a partner as far as their proper behaviors? What do I need to be crystal clear about? What are red flags for me?
And making a list of what you want.
Literally. And it goes for
and
guys
I'm not
and
necessarily
girls,
I'm not
for men and
talking
women.
about I'm not necessarily talking at all from a physical standpoint.
No. Character.
Just things that are important to you from character. And a lot of it's going to be things that you do yourself. So like we've said before, of course you don't want a spouse or a partner that you do everything the same.
Because then there's no novelty.
That's bad.
There's nothing to learn.
Yeah. You don't want everything to be the same. You don't want all the hobbies to be the same. You may want to like some different music than they like, watch different movies than they watch. That's great. That's fine. But when it comes down to character, that's where people have to have some compatibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. And like even so far as and I was talking to a friend of mine who you also know about the importance of dating someone. Like if you have a fire in your belly for what you want your life to be, and if you have that fire of like wanting to go after something and you are not fearful of that, you need a partner who also is not fearful at that, because otherwise they will always want to hold you back because they don't have that same understanding of like, yes, let's go at this.
Maybe they feel bad about the things that they have not done that they wanted to do, that they have not completed. And so if you start doing those things and completing those things, it makes them feel even worse about their situation.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody that's supportive and wants you to fly out of the nest and do your thing and have some fun, or go back to school, for instance, or try a new career, or start doing a podcast, even though you have zero experience. Somebody that's going to be supportive of that stuff obviously does not have insecurities about what they've been able to do.
No. Or someone who's just so in their comfort zone where if you make a suggestion of like, oh, what if we did this? And they're like, that's crazy. Is it crazy because you're so stuck in your own bubble and you refuse to grow outside of that bubble because you're just, you have, your world is so small? Or is it crazy because it's actually crazy?
Yeah.
Like anything can happen. And plenty of people have done the things that other people are like, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just, it's outside of the scope of what you think is possible in this world. And that's not a good dynamic. If one person is like, yeah, let's fucking do this. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what can happen. And the other person is like, that's crazy. It's really not.
Yeah. That's where your compatibility lies.
Yeah. Yeah. And so even
common goals.
So similar fire in the belly.
Yeah.
Or
so that's where I think the root of it is.
Yeah.
And maybe that person that you really felt a lot of toxicity with is able to find that somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
But maybe they aren't.
Maybe they're just going to stay in their loop.
Maybe they're going to stay in their loop. And we got to be careful not to stay in our loop.
And that is the biggest thing. That's
the main thing.
Yeah. Being able to sit down and really examine yourself and be like, okay, where have I been contributing to unhealthy dynamics and dynamics that are not.
Just worry about yourself.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. Yeah. And keep hope.
Keep hope. No, 100%. I mean, I see so many people around me that are in good, healthy, loving relationships that are very equal in the distribution of chores, of taking care of the kids, of friendships, all those kinds of things. And I do see a lot of it lately. And I think a lot of people are, like we said before, when talking about the nostalgia thing, I think people are starting to turn back and realize, oh, wait a minute, we started going the wrong direction. Time to reroute.
Yeah, course
correct right now. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not too late when you're in your 50s and 60s to figure this stuff out.
Not too late about 240.
Yeah. So, in fact, talk about it. And when you're talking with younger people, encourage them to not focus on the drama. I used to do it.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
That's the one. Oh, I tell you all the time. That's the greatest thing about the situation I'm in right now is the peace and the fun and the calm of everything.
Yeah. Life is chaotic enough. The person that you are in a romantic relationship with needs to be your North Star or that lighthouse or that cozy fire. Like, the person that you can be like, let me just
and be yourself
fully. Like, that's a big thing too. Like, I've dated so many guys who are like, you're too loud, you're too this, you're too ambitious, you want sex too much, you want like all these fucking, okay, cool. Like, it's always being
you want sex too much. God.
The number of times I've had a man tell me that, which, I mean, TMI, but we're TMI here. Don't tell me that. Like, I'm sorry. Figure it out. I don't know.
I've been in both situations where you're told it's not enough or you're told that you bother them too much.
Oh, I haven't been in the other.
So nobody's ever happy.
No one's ever, I'm like, okay, cool. Or it's like, oh, you're too ambitious. You have too many things going on, or you're too loud. I'm sorry that I have an opinion.
But that can go the other direction. You're too dependent on me. We do too much together. We don't have any alone time or space.
Yes.
I mean, how many people during the pandemic
broke up
because of those kinds of situations?
Because
all of a sudden everything was about the person that you were in constant contact with.
Yes.
So, it can go too far the other direction.
Either, no matter.
There's got to be a happy medium.
There has to be a happy medium. And it's all like it comes down to like really figuring it out.
And as a perfect segue into what we'll probably talk about next time, this isn't just with the romantic relationships.
No.
I've had some really interesting experiences in the past few weeks as far as reassessing and reaffirming and putting more effort and communication into relationships with other females, friendships. Be it really, really, really old or newer ones. So we definitely got to talk about that next time.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're learning lessons from those as well. We may have, whether or not you think it's woo-woo, karmic ties with other females as friends, lessons that we needed to learn or complete with them in this lifetime. So thank you guys for putting up with our stream of consciousness conversations where we just start and with me hitting my microphone. Probably did it this whole time, but guess what? I'm not going to edit any of it.
No.
And then I'll just try to be even more careful next time.
We're still learning this.
But we want you guys to put your experiences in the comments.
Tell us your thoughts.
Always tell us your thoughts. If you want to share a story privately, you could go to support@mysticmidlife.com and leave us a message there if you wanted to via email. But just keep the ideas rolling and the ball rolling. Thankfully, a lot of people have reached out to us in person and told us things that we should fix or things that they noticed on the podcast. Talk to us about personal circumstances. Talk to us about things they want to hear from us. One person was like, you didn't answer this question. You didn't answer this question that you started on the last one. It's because we got distracted.
We did.
But always reach out and tell us, because that's quite entertaining knowing that somebody got frustrated with us and we didn't really answer the question.
Let us know,
let us know, because we love that. Anyway,
but yeah, so that was our rant on relationships. Obviously, like
we'll probably go other directions from here because we've talked enough about dating and relationships at this point.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about those friends relationships.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll go into more of the woo-woo stuff that we love so much.
Yeah.
We tried to like bring it on to you guys
slowly. So we're not like these ladies, which
this is crazy.
That's okay. That's okay. We're here for it. Yeah. That's where we're at with it. And it's 1,000% okay.
Yeah. And by the way, for those of you that saw the Instagram message that she put out about the pollinating last week.
Oh, if you live in Nash, you know the last like 3 weeks have been hell for most everyone.
I still sound like I have tuberculosis out on the Oregon Trail right now. But I've been able to hold it back. But if you hear any wheezing on the microphone, keep it to yourself. Okay, I'm taking my antihistamines. I'm doing all the stuff. I'm using local honey.
Yeah, I swear by that up and down, left and right.
I'm trying. I'm on the struggle bus.
So deep on the local honey. Fucking do it. It's worth it.
So thanks Nashville for only putting in male trees.
Yeah, so rude.
Anyways, so rude. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you again soon.
I love you.
Love you. Bye. Bye.